Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Abbey, where the Salve Regina University Seahawks are set to take on the Hawks of Becker College in a Commonwealth Coast Conference men's ice hockey matchup. The Seahawks 11-6-1 on the year, 7-3-1 in the CCC. Becker 5-13-0, 2-9-0 in conference play. Hello again and welcome. I am Andrew Pizzelli bringing you the call here tonight. The Seahawks snapped a 4-game losing streak last night up in Worcester against this same Hawks squad. 7-2 was the final in that game. 6 different goal scorers for Salve Regina starting netminder Louis Felix St. Jean made 17 saves in the win. Becker, meanwhile, on a skid. They've lost 5 in a row, and they've been outscored 42-4. During that stretch, and tonight they'll turn to Grant Martens, the senior from Bloomington, Michigan, who's 0-6 in net. While the Seahawks once again turn to the sophomore from St. Bruno, Quebec, Louis Felix St. Jean between the pipes. I'd like to welcome into the broadcast now my good friend Ryan Costa. Ryan, how you doing here tonight?
Well, here we are, Andrew. 7-2, as you mentioned last night, between the Seahawks and Hawks. So we'll see the Seahawks trying to imitate last night's performance, trying to bounce back here at the Abbey.
Hawks with possession in their zone, trying to clear. In deep, Philip Garcia, leading scorer for the Hawks. From his defenseman position, feathers it into the zone. Chasing after right side is Connor Lenigan. Puck knocked away from him by Vincenzo Renda, swung around to Matt Dillon. Seahawks banged up coming into tonight's game, only dressing 18, even though they can dress 19 skaters. That's how bad the injuries have gotten. And our first look at home ice of Paul Budasov with Frankie Sullivan playing defense. That sums up the injury situation right there. Budasov, who normally centers the top line, has to play defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a good thing that the Seahawks have Budasov to be versatile and, if needed, which clearly he is tonight, to drop back on defense. We'll see how he performs back there on the back line.
He's a strong two-way forward, so Zeklon spoke before the game how he might be a natural defensively. And he sends it into the zone here. Martens moves it away up the far side boards. Carangelo can't keep it alive at center. Frankie Sullivan swings back to Budasov. Spins it on the backhand now to Sullivan. Chipped away out to the blue line, but kept in by Zach Pedenza. Budasov moves it up the boards, not out. Backhand pass swung around to the far side boards. Seahawks will clear it out to center and no further. Walensky has to drop on back to Budasov. Danny Philbrick right in front of the Seahawk bench. Steers it out to center, and Pedenza flies it cross ice back into the zone. Seahawks will chase it into their own zone. Philbrick, Michael Parks, his first action here at home. Garcia loses it in his defensive zone out at the blue line. Tracked down by Garcia, and he'll dump it into the corner and then get spilled out. Parks behind the net, trying to dig it free from behind the cage. Englund in there as well for Salve. He rakes it out. Chipped across now to Tim Sweeney. Sweeney over the line right side. Throws it on the net, and a pad save made by Martens. Saucered out, and here comes Sanchez ahead of the field. Shot saved by St. Jean. Joshua Sanchez with the breakaway chance. Wheatley tucks it into the corner. Fights for it at the blue line. It hops back out to center. Borshev nearly had the steal. Now we'll chase in deep. Connor Layton. Left wing side. Layton keeps it alive, paddles it in deep. Borshev along the board, swings it up to Matt Dillon at the point. Dillon from the blue line with a shot that's blocked. Rebound comes right back to him. Dillon alive left side, into the slot for Borshev, and that's picked off. Taken by the Hawks. Here comes Sanchez. And with tired legs, he'll just flip it end over end into the corner. Layton chips it in deep. Waiting for it is Martens. Lipa couldn't keep it in the zone. Matt Dillon from his own blue line. Cross ice pass picked off. Taken by the Hawks in stride, but they're offside. They have to jump back over the blue line before they can chase. Now Dillon On the near side, connects with Lippa, darting over the line left side. Lippa snaps it on the goal. Save made by Martens. Rebound into the corner. Lippa able to get there. Renda swung across. Frankie Sullivan snaps it behind the net. Udall back to the outside. Left for Sennett. Puck loose in the slot. Lippa has it hop off his stick. And now skated back out by the Hawks. 2-on-1 here. Right side shot and a save made by St. Jean. That was Tim Atkins. Here comes Carangelo. Wide right side, puts on the brakes in the right wing circle. Looking for a trailer. Carangelo drops it in deep. Danny Aruzioni spinning in the corner. On the backhand, shuffles it across. Udall trying to get it back to Aruzioni, just out of his reach. He gets spilled out. Carangelo keeps it alive. Darts right down the middle. Puck lost out to the point. Budasov couldn't hold it with the skate. Mitch Walensky backtracking, can't snap it up the far side. It's taken instead by Trey McMillan. And he'll fire it in deep, making Frankie Sullivan play it up the near side boards. Sullivan crossed up there with Budasov, has to smash it up the far side. Back into the Hawk zone. Moved away from Walensky, down the ice, no icing. Sullivan deep in the left wing corner. Able to thread the needle to Carangelo. Here comes Aruzioni over the line. Back to Carangelo, a bit behind him. Steers it through the slot, wide into the left wing corner. Taken by the Hawks. Mickey Wilson trying to move it out. Carangelo there to deny that. Back behind the net, Dash Quatarlo. Now Walensky at center. Back for Nick Holt. Mike Parks flicks it high and into the Hawk zone. Martens with his stick plays it into the left wing corner. Puck skipping up the far wall, skated out to center. Holt chips it away. Now Englund over the blue line right side. Englund ducks the shoulder, looking to drive to the net. Englund out in front, and the save made by Martens. Rebound hops into the corner. Sweeney alive, up top of the point. Holt with a blast. That one off the end glass and into the left wing corner. Wilson clears the puck to center, but gives it right back to Tim Sweeney. Englund into the middle. Philbrick with a wrist shot. That one's blocked. Hawks flick it into the left wing corner. And we get a whistle here. And this is just going to be icing.
It's about time. We had a lot of action.
6.5 minutes without a whistle.
Yeah, it sure got to quiet down, make these two teams a little bit tired after that nonstop action. And the Hawks will have to stay out on the ice because of the icing, so we'll see if the Seahawks can take advantage.
Layton will take the draw here for Salve. And getting tossed is Josh Mead from the draw. Sanchez will jump in now for him. Puck played around the boards. Renda left side, can't keep it in. It comes in stride to Mead. 1-on-3, snapped it on the goal, and it's blocked high and up and out of play.
Yeah, it's not the first opportunity the Hawks have had in transition coming out of their own zone. Earlier on in the period, we had Sanchez get a breakaway opportunity, but it was St. Jean who came up big for the Seahawks, and that was by far the best opportunity of the night for either team.
Face off. One up to the point, snapped wide of the net by the Hawks. Chipped out to the blue line. And a penalty coming here against Salve. That's a tough break. Philip Garcia hit by Grant Rink.
It's going to be a charge on Rink.
Two of them are tied up along the boards. So the first power play of the game.
Can you reach up for a puck like this and turn it like that?
Power play. Penalty kill for Salve, 78%. Mead in the slot, waiting, shooting, and it's blocked. Udall stepping in the way. 14% on the power play are the Hawks. Seahawks, though, have wanted to clean up. Taking penalties, they take the third most in the nation. They average 22.5 per game. You can't have that. We saw last week against UNE what the top teams will do. And a team that's hungry like the Hawks for a win, can't give them too many opportunities on the power play either. Sanchez in the high slot, fakes the shot, dances away from Udall. Up top, Garcia snaps it left side. Mead works his way free, right side, Garcia in the circle. Shot blocked, bouncing through the slot. Sanchez collects it in the corner left side. Dishes up to Mead, wide on the left point. Mead to Garcia. In the circle right side, snaps it on the goal and wide. It careens off the glass, kept in. Sanchez keeps it in at the blue line. Walks into the corner left side, still dancing, trying to carry in front, lost the puck. Kept alive by Garcia. Actually make this Roman wild. Garcia, left side, played down low. Mead in the circle, drops it off. Spinning in deep with it, Ian Zaleski. Long distance shot into the glove of St. Jean. That took up almost all of the power play, just 22 seconds left with 11:31 to go in the first.
Yeah, and that glove save off the wrist shot allows the Seahawks to get some tired legs to the bench, but they did a good job eliminating opportunities for the Hawks. They kept them pinned towards the boards, and eventually all they were left with was a wrist shot from just shy of the blue line and an easy save for St. Jean.
Sullivan off the faceoff win for Salve, can't clear it. Kept alive by the Hawks behind the net. Holt trying to fire it hard off the boards, still can't get it out. Kilchevsky plays it around. Lipa nearly cleared it. Now Ruzioni on the backhand, able to chip it down the ice, and that'll do it. Out of the box comes Rink. Sprinting on is Walensky. Seahawks back to even strength. Ruzioni in the corner, carries out wide, fakes the pass. Ruzioni straight away up top, waiting, faking, turning into the corner left side, centers it in front for the one-timer, missed by Lipa. The Hawks break back the other way. Over the blue line left side. Puck turned over to Frankie Sullivan. Holt now. Swung out to center. Lipa, patient, absorbs the check to fire that one into the zone. Martin's behind the net. Moves it across the far side boards. Up the ice, taken over the line by Mickey Wilson. Renda chases him down. Matt Dillon in the corner. Along to Renda. Back to Dillon. Forced behind the net. Puck up the boards and kept alive by the Hawks. Turned over in the zone. Colby Audette battling in the corner. Puck up to the point, and we're going to get a penalty here, and it's going to be a cross-check. Again, the Seahawks. Penalties have been an issue for quite a while now, and we're seeing it again here in the first period. It's right at the midpoint. Second penalty of the period. Yeah,
not a good penalty to take. It's a tough call. There's a mutual battle along the far boards, but it's going to be Renda headed to the box. So yet another Seahawk defender who won't be available for the next 2 minutes, and that's going to be huge on this penalty kill.
Tim Sweeney tied up on the draw. Puck up top to the point. Sanchez peels it off the boards right side. Sanchez just circling around the zone. Out to the left wing side. Up to the point to Garcia. Garcia fake the handoff. Throw it in front. Puck loose right in front of the cage. Knifed out to the wing by Rink. Kept alive by Mead though. Deep on the right side. Drifts it back to Sanchez. Up top to Garcia. Left side. One-timer fanned on by Romaine Wild. Puck behind the net. Sanchez. Right wing side, wanting a dance, plays it across with a backhand. One-timer from Garcia, hops behind the net, swatted out to the blue line, kept in. But again, the Seahawks can't clear it. Rink finally able to chip it, and the Seahawks can hustle and change up their lines. 4 fresh legs out on the penalty kill. Puck kept left side. We get a whistle. Which way is this going?
Yeah, it was a slash along the far corner.
And this is going to go against Becker.
Garcia headed the box.
Garcia First power play for Salve. Seahawks on the power play, just 18%, 15 of 83. Normally John McLean is their big gun on the power play. He's not available tonight. We'll skate 4-on-4 for 57 seconds. Then the Seahawks will get their first power play. Walensky lost the puck, played back to Holt. Puck down the far boards. Up top to the point. Across right side. Shot played towards the net and wide by Quartararo. Aruzioni keeps it alive. Backhand shot from an off angle is held by Martins.
Yeah, it was a tough angled shot by Aruzioni, especially on the backhand, but it looked like it handcuffed Martins for just a little bit, so he's going to have to hold on with 24 seconds remaining on the Renda penalty. And then after that, the Seahawks will get 1 minute and 4 seconds of power play time.
Hawks win the draw, can't clear the puck. Holt at the blue line, skates straight away, finds Matt Dillon. Dillon spinning to the outside, drops it off to Carangelo. Dillon, 4-on-4 here for another 8 seconds. Wrist shot from Lippa, hits off the end glass. Hawks wanted to clear it, but they can't send it down the ice yet because they were still 4-on-4. Now it's a power play for Salve for 1 minute. Near side, Audette, short-handed down the middle, lost the puck. Seahawks looking to break back the other way. Numbers 3-on-2. Here comes Aruzioni over the line, sends it across. Lippa with a wrist shot and a save made by Martins. Aruzioni, left side, up top to Carangelo. Power play for Salve. Their first of the game. Almost misplayed by Walensky. He skates away right side, fakes the shot, walks in behind the net. Now out to the corner left side. Up top, Brenda across for the one-timer. Save made by Martins. Rebound loose in the slot. Seahawks try and throw it towards the net. Into the glove of Martins.
Yeah, that's what happens when you shoot the puck on net. Sometimes you'll get a juicy rebound right in front, and that created the second and third opportunities for the Seahawks. It was Walensky battling right in the crease, but they just couldn't poke it through Martins. So we'll get a face-off with 25 seconds remaining on the penalty for Garcia.
Seahawks win the draw, but into an area where nobody was hanging out. So Sullivan has to drift all the way back. Maybe one last rush for the Seahawks if they hurry. Hawks trying to pressure here, prevent the Seahawks from getting that rush. Udall with 9 seconds left on the power play, straight down the middle. Hands off to Budasov, who ducks the shoulder. Up to the point to Dillon. Left side, Sullivan with a one-timer. That one was a rocket over the glove of Martins, and we're back to even strength. Sennett tried to rip it free and throw it towards the net. The Hawks just send it down the ice, desperately trying to get it clear. And instead, they've iced it with 6:43 to go in the first period, and still no score.
Face off won by Salve. It's Sweeney from the right circle with the shot. And now it's Philbrick taking control. Sweeney again from the right circle. He collects it in the far corner now and hands it off to Holt at the blue line. Holt, it's Englund with the shot. That goes wide. Parks and Sweeney converge in front of the Hawk bench.
McMillan out at center, waiting for reinforcements. He turns and fires it into the zone. Ricochets off a Park skate. Thrown on the net now by the Hawks. That's Mikey Wilson, the recipient of a lucky bounce. 6:06 to go in the first. Still no score. And Ryan, this is a pretty impressive defensive outing to start this first period. The Hawks, a team that, as we mentioned, lost 5 in a row, Lost 7-2 last night, outscored 42-4 in the last 5 games, playing with purpose here in this first period.
Yeah, and they're putting a lot of pressure on the puck, forcing the Seahawks to make quick decisions, and in return, it's allowing them to get some quick rushes up the ice, trying to catch the Seahawks off guard.
Grant Rink snaps it across to Renda, flies it up the ice. Martins comes out to play it, so no icing. Paddle towards the net, took a hop. Save made by Martins. Clock stops with 5:39 to go in the first. Offensive zone draw for Salve. Lippa wins it back to Sennett. Dillon, wide left side, into the slot for Sennett. And his shot is blocked. Udall over the blue line, and him and Sennett are offside.
Yeah, Sennett wanted to go right in, but I think Udall had the stick handle to get around the defender, and Sennett was just a bit too early crossing the line there.
.525 to go in the first period. Udall plays down the backhand. Lippa able to muscle it over the blue line. And in a crowd of blue jerseys, he loses it. Flipped up to center and...
High stick.
We'll see where they bring this face off, and it's going to be all the way down into the Seahawks zone. 5:13 to go in the first. Offensive zone draw for Becker. Draw one back to Potenza. Backhand shot played into the slot. Knocked away from Garcia. He's able to get it back. Tried to float it into the corner. Budasov can't corral it. Out to center. Eruzione sends it cross ice for Carangelo. Soft chip for Walensky is picked off. Potenza waits, skips it into the zone. Guarding the 5-hole was St. Jean. And he'll cover it up with Meade barreling on the goal.
Yeah, Potenza is just trying to enter the zone, but he puts it perfectly on St. Jean. And he'll win an attacking zone faceoff for Becker.
Seahawks win the draw. Have to fight to get it out. Walensky now finds some space. Chips it for Eruzione with speed. Puts on the brakes. Nearly blew out a tire. Across it comes to Holt. Top of the left wing circle. Thrown towards the net. Save made by Martins. Rebound. Juicy one in the slot. Gobbled up by the Hawks. And just thrown back out to center. Carangelo. Renda. Now Holt. Fires it towards the net. It was going to be wide. Martins will paddle it and leave it in the corner for Cordarolo. Puck skipping into the corner. Cordarolo. Out to center. Knifed away by Renda into the corner. Behind the net, Nick Holt. As we tick under 4 minutes to go in a scoreless first period. Renda back to Holt. Steered along. Knocked away from Englund. Carried down the middle and then poked away by Holt. That was Trey McMillan who had it in the slot. McMillan in the corner. Philbrick can't get to it. Held in at the point by the Hawks. That shot's blocked by Philbrick. Again, tipped on the goal. St. Jean makes the save. Glove down by Antonelli. Puck into the slot. Garcia with a shot, and it goes wide. Garcia lost it behind the net. Seahawks trying to clear. They can't. Puck trapped against the boards. Kept in by the Hawks. Holt there to poke it free. Wanting to float it out. It's gloved down. Taken by Englund. See how much he has left in the tank. Englund will carry it wide left side. pulls up wide, throws it into the slot just off the mark for Layton, who is streaking towards the cage. And then Layton loses it behind in deep, and the Hawks with time and space to clear it. Wild lost it at his blue line. Wilson comes to clean that up. 2:35 to go in the first period. Still no score. Tipped into the zone. Sullivan will grab it for Salve. Trying to spin it up the near side. Given right back to Donovan Tehan. Mikey Wilson flies it into the zone. Dillon, left wing corner, can't get to it. Wilson keeps it alive out wide. Wilson straight away, throws it towards the net looking for a tip. St. Jean, another save. And he'll cover this one up with 2:03 to go in the first period.
Yeah, Wild was right in front of St. Jean trying to get a redirection, but the shot was clean from Wilson. St. Jean just tried to push it into the far corner, and he has to seal up the far post and hold on for the faceoff.
We'll draw in the left wing circle. Audette's going to get tossed out. Wilson will come in to take it against Eric Lippa. Puck careened around the board. Sennett trying to move it to the blue line. And it's tied up right now in front of the Seahawks bench. Audette wedges it free to Hahn from his own blue line. Snapped forward, tipped into the zone by Wild. Holt looks around. St. Jean moves it up the near side board. Sennett off the mark for Udall. Now to Hahn. His pass deflected back into the corner. Wild run into by Sennett. Three-person scrum in the corner. Here's Renda now at the right point. Swung across for Holt. Waiting, throws it on the goal, looking for a tip from Lippa. And it's held by Martins with 1:24 to play in the first period. Carangelo will take the draw here. 1:24 to go in the first. Up top to Dillon. Dancing at the left point. Dillon keeps it alive. Aruzioni quickly across to Frankie Sullivan. Sullivan waiting. Shooting. Puck behind the net. Rebound in the left wing corner now. Carangelo peeking around. Still holding it wide. Chip behind the net. Aruzioni to Walensky. Walensky carries out high. Waiting. Snaps it on the goal. Blocked and high. Dillon, left wing side, darting into the middle, backhand shot, blocked. Walensky crashing in, keeps it alive, right wing corner. 40 seconds to go, and it's angled off the boards and down. This one will head on goal, so no icing. Walensky, soft chip. Aruzioni drops it back off to Carangelo, has it knifed away from him. And now another break here for Meade with a shot. Save made by St. Jean. Follow-up shot is denied as well. Rebound thrown in front. All sorts of scrambling now for the puck. Antonelli from the blue line feathers it in deep. Carangelo trying to chip it off the glass. He able to get it by. It's going to go down the ice. And no icing as it was deflected off a Hawk. 10 seconds to go in the period. Antonelli near side. Trying to fly it into the zone, and it goes off the roof with 5 seconds to go in the first.
And that'll bring the face off. Will it go? No, it's going to stay at neutral ice for 5 seconds. So we'll see who can win and if there's any chance of an opportunity coming on net.
Englund wins it cleanly back to Holt across the ice. Takes a hop on Renda. He still flicks it on the goal at the buzzer. Saved by Martens, and that'll do it. So nothing decided here in the first period. No score between Salve Regina and Becker. Ryan, if you're the Hawks, you got to feel good about that first period.
Yeah, you got to be feeling real good. You got a couple opportunities on net, a couple of breakaway chances. They're catching the Seahawks in transition. They just got to find a way to get it past St. Jean on those one-on-one opportunities, and they could very well have a 1 or 2 goal lead going into the locker room.
We'll take a break while they tend to the ice. No score here between Salve Regina and Becker. You're watching Commonwealth Coast Conference action on the Salve Athletics Network. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Abbey. Start of the second period. No score here between Salve Regina and Becker. The teams will change ends. The Seahawks now will move from left to right. The Hawks from right to left. Both teams could not cash in on the power play in that first period. A defensive struggle, but the Hawks, a little bit of a hop in their step, trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. And they'll send it cross ice here. And immediately a penalty coming against Salve. We talked pregame about how the Seahawks have to limit their penalties. 2 in that first period and another one right out of the gate here to start the second. Sage Englund will head to the box, and the Hawks will go right back on the power play. Just 15 seconds into the second. And an opportunity for Becker to jump on top. Still no score. Meade will take the draw against George Sennett. Right wing side. Face-off one into the corner. Renda swats it around the boards. Not out. Garcia pinching in left side. Keeps it alive. Dropped into the corner. Nearly lost. Bouncing off a Hawk out to the blue line. Garcia quickly touches it in deep. Wild holding in the corner. Gets the return pass. Little give and go with Zaleski. Puck pinned to the boards in deep. Left side. Nearly 30 seconds gone already on the power play. Puck caught in the skates of Renda. And this is just a veteran move, just pinning it to the boards. Renda able to nudge it free, can't clear it. Kept alive out to the point, Garcia. He's the man to watch for the Hawks, their leading scorer. Puck played right side into the corner. Seahawks can't get to it. This one centered and blocked. That was Sanchez trying to dance his way free in front. Garcia racing to keep it alive along the far boards. Trying to duck the shoulder on Dillon. Hands off. Zaleski back to Garcia. Left wing circle. Garcia drops it up to the point. Sanchez fakes the one-timer. Knifed away from him, but kept in by the Hawks. Sanchez, right side, back up top to the point. Across to Garcia. Top of the left wing circle. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Meade waiting, shooting, and it's blocked. And then he smokes it with a backhand into the corner. Right side, finally Dillon able to bank it hard off the glass and down. Seahawks though with the long change here in this period. And it's picked off by Dillon, shorthanded. Dillon into the slot, trying to get to the forehand. Back off for Ruzioni with a shot, and that one careens wide. Knife to the near side. Meade will grab it. 14 seconds to go on the power play. Chipped out to center, given away to Ruzioni. 4 seconds to go on the power play. Sullivan quickly up the near side. Lippa will give chase as the Seahawks are back to even strength. Nick Holt snaps it around the boards. Up the near side, McMillan touches it into the zone. Given right back to Potenza. And he'll float it into the left wing corner. Nick Holt from behind Louis Felix St. Jean. Scales it off the glass out to center ice. Ruzioni from behind, able to knife it away with one hand. Here comes Holt. Holt will carry over the line, throw it on the goal wide. Rebound comes right to Potenza. He'll chip it out through center. Frankie Sullivan from his own blue line across to Nick Holt. Lippa now absorbs a check to get that one in deep. Budasov playing defense tonight as we talked about. Here comes Rank off the feed from the wing with a shot, and McMillan blocked it with the skate. Rebound chance, trickles towards the net, and then wide. And the net is off its moorings. .16:47 to go in the second. A little bronze bonanza playing in the barn. The old Hartford Whalers theme song. Budasov wrists it around the boards. Ricochets to Grant Rink. Him and Borshev battling in deep. Chipped up the far boards. Budasov holding the blue line left side. Snaps it around once again. Renda comes to get it in the corner right side. Behind the net. Rink back to Renda. Turning shot and a save made by Martins. Potenza through center over the blue line right side. Lost the puck along the far side boards. Angled in deep, Renda can't get to it. Cordarolo plays it in deep. Spinning in the corner with it is James Perry. Perry up to Cordarolo. Back left side. Hawks able to knife it free. Perry free in the slot with a shot. That one saved by St. Jean. Ricocheted out to the point, kept alive. Cordarolo trying to feather it right side. Grabbed by Salve and chipped out. This one will go down the ice, and this should be icing. And it will be. No deflection. With 15:41 to go in the second period. Still no score. Hawks will draw in the attacking end. Audette will take it against Connor Layton. Antonelli keeps it alive at the blue line. Budasov high off the glass. Given away to Garcia. Cross ice, it's tipped in by Wild. Renda throws it up the far side boards. Can't clear it. Wild chip back. Free in the slot. Mikey Wilson with a wrist shot, and it's tipped on the net and saved by St. Jean. Right into the glove. The Hawks tilting the ice in their favor. This is the kind of game that favors them. 5-13 on the season, 2-9 in conference play. On a 5-game losing streak, trying to end that here tonight against a banged-up Seahawks team. Philbrick can't clear the zone. Puck thrown into the slot, picked off by Dylan. Tim Sweeney accelerates up the right side over the blue line. Will gather the self-pass in the corner. Puts on the brakes in deep. Shielding the puck. He'll hold it on the right wing side. Trying to dance into the slot. Dylan up high. Snaps it right side. Philbrick waiting. Rests it, and it's blocked. Dylan, one-timer from the left side, and a save by Martins. 14:51 to go. And a little bit of extracurricular action after the whistle. Sweeney and Donovan Tehan exchanging pleasantries. Offensive zone draw for the Seahawks. Puck chipped off the boards but not out by Becker. Turned over to Lippa. Holds it at the point. Left side. Udall with a drive. That's wide. Sennett gobbles it up in the corner. Stashes it up high. Sullivan snaps it off the glass in deep. Udall collects behind the cage. Udall able to keep his feet. Leaves it off for one time, and that one deflects off a skate. Lippa couldn't get everything he wanted on that. Lenigan over the blue line, trying to weave his way free down the middle. Sennett tied up and being hooked, and here comes the arm. Power play coming for Salve, delayed penalty. Lippa snaps it on the goal, wide, collects the rebound, and finally the Hawks touch it up. Seahawks had just gotten St. Jean to the bench. They couldn't get the extra attacker on. But they will get a power play here with 14:10 to go in the second. Still no score. Tim Atkins, the one heading to the box. Lippa, Aruzioni, Walensky, Carangelo, and Renda, the five out there for the power play for Salve. Renda able to get to it first at the blue line. Collects now at center. Renda gives it away. Kilchevsky down the right-hand side. Walensky with it now. Trying to accelerate back up the ice. Walensky with speed. Right side with an angle and a shot and a save made by Martins. Aruzioni sends the rebound up to Renda. Aruzioni, right wing side, top of the circle, snaps it left side. Lippa with a drive, saved by Martins. Punch to Carangelo, he holds it in left side. Trying to go cross ice, Aruzioni settles it in the skates. Now into the corner, sends it up to Walensky. Renda straight away. Carangelo trying to snap it back to her for Ruzioni. That pass is blocked. Ruzioni with it now. No look up top to Renda. Fakes the shot. Left side, Carangelo. Wrist shot deflected wide. Seahawks keep the puck in. Ruzioni shuffles to Renda. Renda. Walensky back up top to Renda. Carangelo turning. Spins it on the backhand. Renda with space. Snaps it on the goal. And he scores! Vincenzo Renda on the power play. 12:59 to go in the second. And the Seahawks jump on top. Second goal of the year for Renda, his first on the power play. Hawks never able to get a full clear there. They cleared it once out to center, but never all the way down. And the tired legs could not keep up with the tic-tac-toe passing. 1-0 Salve. Puck rolls in towards St. Jean. Dillon looking to turn back up the ice now. Dillon in the crowd, turns it over. Here comes Wilson. Down the middle, left side to Audette with a wrist shot save made by St. Jean. Juicy rebound, squirts into the corner right side. Wilson angles it up top to Hahn. Audette in the corner, drops it in deep. Wild, pin to the boards near side. Puck knocked free, kept in the zone though by Becker. Austin Wheatley chasing after it left side. Sweeney able to rake it free now. Dillon waiting. Sends it out of the reach of Philbrick. Renda runs into the official. Actually make that Englund. And he'll carry into the attacking end. In deep with Philbrick. Time and space for Philbrick right side. Drops it off to Englund. And he turns it over in the corner. Puck flipped end over end down the ice. Picked off by Nick Holt. Off the far boards and then smoked into the zone. Official having a duck out of the way of that. Hawks with it in deep. Atkins drop off. Sanchez. Rink pokes it free. And Garcia will grab it for Becker. Drop off to Antonelli. Hawks from deep in their own zone with 11:22 to go in the second. Turned over to Mike Parks. Wanted to play it softly into the zone. Now battling right at the blue line in front of the Seahawks bench. Puck rolls on edge into the Becker zone. Seahawks are offside. Borshev has to jump back to center. Mead weaving his way down the middle. Holt there to knock it free. Chips it off the glass. Antonelli, last man back for Becker, grabs the puck. Trying to skate away from Eric Udall. Rink finishes his check. That leaves it free for Luke James. Budasov to Sennett. Here comes Udall, right side. Udall trying to carry into the middle, and he just stood up by Garcia. Sanchez flicks it near side. It dings off the Seahawks bench and down. Sullivan out from behind the cage. Quickly up to Sennett. Dropped off for Udall. Udall left side to Lippa. Couldn't connect. They couldn't see Sullivan, who was crashing the net. Lippa straight away up top. Hands off to Sullivan. Space for him. Top of the left wing circle. A wrist shot, and that's wide. Budasov. Send it in deep. Back to Udall. Waiting. His wrist shot goes wide. Budasov collects off the wall left side. Seahawks want to keep this unit out for Becker. Tired legs once again. This time even strength. Lippa just rips it away from Sanchez. They leave him alone, so Lippa will take some space. Plays it into the slot. We get a whistle here away from the puck. They're going to bring this face-off to neutral ice. 9:50 to go in the second. No penalty. I think just all the fighting in front caused the net to jump off its moorings. Huge whistle there for Becker. They had some very labored legs. Ruzioni offside with Walensky. 9:45 to go in the second. 1-0 Salve Regina thanks to Vinny Renda. And now we get a slash. Away from the play, Carangelo will head to the box. Power play for Becker. Their fourth. Tie up on the draw. Puck played up to the point. Audette, wide right side. Dillon comes screaming in at him. Knocks it free and sends it down the ice. Martins will leave it behind the cage. Ruzioni forechecking shorthanded. Knocks it free, but Audette now carries with speed over the blue line left side. Puts on the brakes in the corner. Swings it up top to Tahan. That's picked off. Seahawks want to clear, but Tahan holds it in at the blue line. Renda in deep now. Looking for an outlet, plays it in front. Dillon angles it off the glass, trying to connect with a Ruzioni who was streaking shorthanded. Tahan in the corner, forced to play back behind the cage. McMillan down the middle, hands off to Tahan. Blitzed by Rink, he hands off to Sanchez. Left wing circle with a shot, and that one ping-ponged around behind the net. And the Seahawks find it and golf it down the ice. 8:40 to go in the second, 55 seconds left on the Carangelo minor. Mead, near side. He'll snap it around the boards. St. Jean off the glass, but not down. Seahawks haven't cleared it. In front now. Swung to the right side. Back in front for a shot, and St. Jean there to deny. Garcia up top. Puck played into the corner. Wild walks it up the boards. Up top, Garcia waiting. Fakes the one-timer. Mead left side waiting. Snaps it back door. Wide of the mark for Zaleski. He holds it now in the right wing circle. Zaleski right in front. He plays it through the slot. Sanchez tips it back in deep to Mead. 5 seconds left on the power play. Mead in the circle. Dropped in for Zaleski. Behind the cage. Out of the box is Carangelo. Sweeney has it. Chips it in stride for Carangelo. Just out of the mark. Carangelo, though, circles it back in front for a shot that's tipped wide by Rink. Here come the Hawks now with speed back the other way. Down the middle. Perry checked into the corner. Lenigan in a scrum. Moves it to the point, but Ruzioni there to take it for Salve with 7:15 to go in the period. Carangelo over the line right side. Walensky trying to feather it towards the net. Picked off by the Hawks. Carangelo upended right in front of the Seahawk bench. That should draw a penalty. Austin Wheatley called for a cross check, so he will take a seat for two with 7:07 to go in the second. Another power play opportunity for Salve. They cashed in on the last one. Sullivan back to Dillon. Frankie Sullivan up top. Dillon back to Sennett. Sennett snaps it on the goal. That one nearly scored at 5-hole. Comes out the other side. Dillon holds it at the point. Sullivan chip to Budasov. Off the far wall. Frankie Sullivan softly around the boards. Sennett skates it out high. Now Dillon back to Sennett. Cross ice for Sullivan. Waiting, shooting, and it's blocked. And he's not going to be able to hold it in. Sullivan backtracking now. Sennett gathers with speed. Over the line. Sennett with an angle. And he centers it, but wide of Budasov. Taken out by Lenigan. Short-handed. Lenigan trying to hop around Sullivan. Lost it right at his own bench. Puck tipped towards the goal. Udall tracks it in deep. Udall with a backhand. Gobbled up by Budasov. Backhand shot. That one went behind Martins and out. Dillon across to Udall. Up top to Carangelo. Back to Udall. Right wing circle. Udall dancing free, trying to get to the forehand, trying to tuck it between the legs. And Martins pokes it into the corner. Dillon. Around to Udall. Up top to Sennett. 37 seconds to go on the power play here for Salve. Udall trying to spin away from Garcia. Back to the outside. Udall hands off to Eruzione, fresh off the bench. Stop and start from Eruzione. Up to Walensky. Snap to Carangelo. Left wing side, in deep. Matt Dillon hands off for the one-timer, and that one high and wide. Will scoot all the way back down the ice. Walensky with 10 seconds. Quickly back up for Carangelo, and the Seahawks are called offside. Faceoff will be in neutral ice with 8 seconds left on the power play. 5:15 to go in the second. England off the neutral zone draw. One back to Holt. Connects with Sweeney with space. Sweeney with a wrist shot and a save made by Martins. That one caught up in the elbow of the senior netminder. 5:07 to go in the second. Seahawks with the offensive zone draw. And we're back to even strength. England on the draw against Meade. Cordarolo for the Hawks. Turns it over at the blue line. Sweeney keeps it alive. Plays it right side. Renda make this England pinching in. Couldn't get to it. Here comes Sanchez back the other way. Sanchez, backhand shot blocked by Holt. The two of them tangle into the boards. Sweeney gets it free to Danny Philbrick. Philbrick carries wide left side, snaps it in front, intended for England, picked off. And then the outlet is blocked. James, pressured from behind, turns it over to Walensky, waiting for the Seahawks to be onside. He has it knife free. Renda comes to get it. He carries over the line left side. Chips it into the corner. Puck caught behind the net. Walensky rips it free, throws it in front. Eruzione trying to jam it on the net, missed. He'll get it back now, wide on the right side. Snaps it across to Holt. Waiting, throws it on the net, and a glove save made by Martins. 4:05 to go in the second. 1-0 Salve Regina with the lead. Down the middle, Perry nearly had it free to the net. Instead, it's blocked the other way. Numbers here for Salve, 4-on-1. Misplayed at the blue line, and it's offside. Oh, my. Mark that one down. 3:47 to go in the second. Philip Garcia, some choice words for the Seahawks bench. Hawks are giving it their all here tonight. As we said, on a 5-game losing streak. They've given up a lot of goals, but they can smell some blood in the water here tonight. Just a 1-goal lead for Salve, 1-0. This one has been a rock fight. Renda in deep. Up to Leighton, turns it over in front. Oh, that with a shot, it's Agene the save. Oh, that got upended at the net. Let's see what we get here. Matt Dillon is going to be penalized, and he's just going to the box, worried about him maybe getting tossed. Let's see what kind of penalty this is. Just a 2-minute minor. But again, the Hawks hang around. 3:24 to go in the second. And a chance here to tie this game. Meade is going to get tossed from the draw. Wild will jump in to take it with Sennett. And the Seahawks win the draw and golf it down the ice. .145 to go. On the power play here for the Hawks. Wild at the blue line, trying to swing it in deep. That one will ricochet up and off the surface of play. Clock stops with 3:01 to go in the second. 1:38 to go on the minor to Dillon. Offensive zone draw for Becker. Wins it back to Garcia. Up top, paddled to Wild. Blitzed by two men. Udall trying to rip it free. Wild lost it, and it ricochets on edge. Back to the Becker zone. Sanchez pressured by Udall. Garcia in the corner. Knocked down by Udall from behind, and that's going to draw another penalty. Udall heading to the box. Does not agree with the call. Thinks that Garcia took a dive. So 5-on-3 now for a minute 13. Seahawks again asking so much of their penalty kill. And right off the bat, this one's going to come back out to center ice. Budasov trying to wedge it free on the far side. Kept alive for Zaleski with a shot. Save made by St. Jean. Rebound. Skipped back up past the blue line and down. Zaleski. Take this Meade over the line. 5-on-3 for 40 more seconds. Garcia waiting. Hands off to Meade in the slot. Wrist shot high. Careens off the end glass back onto the apron of the goal. Comes all the way out to Sanchez, top of the left wing circle. Sanchez, straight away, watched by Lipa. Wrist shot blocked. Sanchez to Garcia. Back to Sanchez, fakes the one-timer, right side Meade. Pinched in real close, Garcia. Make this Sanchez, another block shot. Budasov this time stepping in front. 6 seconds left of 5-on-3. Meade, left side, for Wild. Out of the box comes Dillon, sprinting to get into the frame. One-timer fanned on. Budasov trying to streak short-handed. Here comes Matt Dillon. Fresh out of the box. First shot, he scores! Matt Dillon, you dream about that sitting in the penalty box. He scores short-handed, and the Seahawks add to their lead. Every player, when you're sent to the box, you sit and you hope that when you get out, you get a chance for that home run pass. He hustled to get into the frame defensively, and then hustled when Budasov blocked that one out high. Matt Dillon, short-handed goal for the Seahawks. That's their 6th short-handed goal on the season. For Dillon, his first goal of the year. Last year's CCC Rookie of the Year. That's a massive goal. Still a power play here, though, for 8 more seconds for Becker. Aruzioni chips it up and out. Out of the box comes Udall, and we're back to even strength. This one centered. Philbrook knocks it away. A little bit of a hop now on the step of the Seahawks. Englund barreling over the line right side, puts on the brakes, trying to snap it across for Holt. He swings it wide of the cage. And it's going to get all the way back down. A foot race now here. Philbrook lost an angle. Quadarolo couldn't carry past Aruzioni. Sage Englund chips it for Aruzioni, settles it in the skates, over the line right side. He'll just feather it in deep and come to the bench for a change. And that'll do it for the second period. The Seahawks cash in twice. Once to take the lead, and then shorthanded from Matt Dillon to make this a 2-0 game. We will take a break while they tend to the ice, and then be back with the call of the third period. You're watching Commonwealth Coast Conference action on the Salve Athletics Network. We'll be back. I don't know. He worked the basketball game, so. Welcome back to the Abbey. Start of the third period between Salve Regina and Becker. It was a scoreless first period. The Seahawks pot 2 goals in the second. One from Vinny Renda on the power play, and then Matt Dillon short-handed to make this a 2-0 game. Andrew Pizzelli alongside Ryan Costa. And Ryan, what a huge goal from Matt Dillon coming out of the penalty box and scoring short-handed.
Well, we mentioned it a couple weeks ago. That's everybody's dream when they're sitting in the penalty box. You get that quick rush out of your own zone, one-on-one, and Dillon cashed in. Short-handed goal and a power play goal. It's a story of special teams so far tonight. And the only thing for the Seahawks is they already have 6 penalties committed in the game. So we mentioned it earlier. The penalties have certainly been an issue, and it's no different story tonight.
Aruzioni from Dillon. Wide left side, snaps it on the goal. Martins makes the save. Aruzioni sticking with his shot, able to tie it up behind the net. Puck played up the far side boards and knifed out to center. Aruzioni gives it away. Garcia now streaking down the middle. Left side with a wrist shot, and that one careens high and wide. Sanchez takes a hit to keep it alive. Perry behind the net. Renda runs into him, and then a penalty coming here. Is this going to be against Dillon? I mean, he tripped over Dillon's stick, but really, I mean, Dillon just let go of the stick because Perry was hanging on top of it.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a makeup call. There was some contact in the corner, an elbow up high to the head that went uncalled. And this time it's just Dillon getting his stick in there, and he'll be sent to the box for yet another Becker power play. And they're going to call timeout here to talk things over and set it up some X's and O's.
Timeout called by Mike Young. We'll keep it here. 19:04 to go. They might put a second back on the clock because they dropped the puck. Mike Young, first-year head coach, waited to the last second before calling that. And as you said, Ryan, an important power play here for the Hawks, trying to make this a 1-goal game.
And definitely sent some frustration from the Hawks at the end of the last period because they really haven't been able to cash in. They've had plenty of opportunities on the power play. And that's probably why this timeout's being called. They want to talk it over. They want to come up with a couple set plays. You can imagine they're drawing something up for this face-off in the near circle.
Hawks win the draw. Out to the point, Garcia down the middle, plays it off to the left side. That one trying to go back door for Wild. And the Seahawks find it and golf it down the ice.
Yeah, good thing Sullivan was there on the doorstep to break it up. Otherwise, the Hawks would have been able to tap it in on the back door.
Udall nearly had the steal. Holt from his own zone on the backhand saucers it all the way down. Udall rips it away behind the net, trying to carry out in front. Double teamed and lost it. Garcia, the Hawks leading scorer, plays it up the ice. Philbrick knocks it away. Sanchez comes through with it now. Sanchez darting down the middle. Can't get it to go between the skates. Renda picks it off. Across now to George Sennett. Speedy into the zone. Sennett with a wrist shot high and wide. And the rebound comes all the way around the boards out to the far point. Meade drops it on back. Garcia with a minute gone on the power play. Minor penalty to Matt Dillon, who's probably having flashbacks right now sitting in the box. Audette back to Garcia. Lipa knocks it free. Sennett grabs it shorthanded at the left point. We'll just bank it back to Budasov. Seahawks would rather kill time than go on the attack. Sullivan high into the zone. Glove down by Martins. 35 seconds to go on the power play for Becker. Trailing 2-0. McMillan snaps it cross ice. Audette catches up to it. Kilchevsky lost the puck. to Hahn. Over the blue line, sends it on the goal, and up high it's held by St. Jean. 15 seconds to go on the power play for Becker.
Yeah, it's been a solid kill so far for the Seahawks. George Sennett really had the motor running, trying to keep the Hawks out of the attacking zone. And it was Sennett really applying some forechecking pressure, aiding the Seahawk kill.
Philbrick from the corner, skips it down the ice. Martins will stash it behind the net for Garcia. Final seconds tick off the penalty. Out of the box is Dillon. He'll come to the bench. England hops on for him. Left side, a shot. Save made by St. Jean. Audette plays it around into the corner. Cagnina up the boards, but not out. Rolls to McMillan at center ice. He drifts back, sends it across to the far side. Rink will gather it for Salve. Angle it off the glass. Hopped in behind the net. Martins snapped up the far side. 16:34 to go in the third. 2-0 Seahawks with the lead. Big hit on the far side. Clean hit too. England finishing his check on Audette. Here comes Eruzione with speed. Quadarolo trying to catch up to him. Eruzione free in the slot. Drops it in deep right side. Up to the point, Budasov. Waiting. Paddles it into the corner. England. England behind the net. Eruzione lets it go by. England swings it on the backhand up top to Sullivan. Hard around the boards. Into the corner. Eric Udall. From the circle across left side. Sullivan with the one-timer. That one goes wide. Budasov powers the backhand in deep. England trying to saucer it back into the slot. Eruzione can't get to it. Sanchez. Those two go to the boards. Walensky. Cotarolo sends it away from him. Back the other way. Eruzione trying to get it away from Cotarolo. Tired legs for him. Wheatley pressured by Walensky behind the net. Puck turned over to Eruzione. Up to the point, Holt. Walensky chips the backhand, Wheatley. Parks holds it in at the blue line. Walensky wide left side. Walensky left wing circle. Fakes the shot. Parks from the blue line throws it towards the net looking for a tip. Instead it's blocked. Hawks still can't clear the puck. Walensky walks in deep, tries to throw it into the slot, knocked away from Carangelo. And it's finally banked back down the ice. The Hawks can change out a few. Here comes Parks. Parks, left side, snaps it on the goal and right into the glove of Grant Martens. .14:41 to go in the third period. Still 2-0 Salve. Dillon. Softly around. Lippa holding it against the far boards. Lippa rips it free with a wrist shot, and that one's fought off by Martins. Udall spinning in the corner. Back to Sennett. Sennett draws a penalty. Udall now from the side, and it's held by Martins. All sorts of extracurricular action now out in front. Lippa got upended. The officials quickly jump in to intervene. And we can address the penalty now.
Yeah, it's going to be interference. Sennett just was down low, drawing some contact. And next thing you know, it's going to be Trey McMillan headed to the box for the Hawks. So another opportunity on the power play for Salve Regina. They already have a shorthanded goal and a power play goal this evening.
Lippa will take the draw here for Salve. Renda plays it down the boards. It hops by him at the point. Across now to Carangelo. Quickly back for Eruzione. Cross ice, but back over the blue line to Walensky. Seahawks have to reset the rush. Walensky curls from his own zone. Pinned along the boards far side. The Hawks get the puck and they clear it. St. Jean leaves it behind the cage. It hops onto the apron of the goal. Rendon now to headman it out. Carangelo over the blue line. Carries left side. Wrists it around the boards. Eruzione quickly paddles it out in front. Picked off by Cordarolo. And he will send it down to St. Jean. 1:12 to go on the power play. 13:22 to go in the third period. Seahawks with the 2-0 lead. Carangelo turns it over in the corner. And then it comes right back to Renda. Udall accelerating up the ice. Udall toe drag on a shot and a save made by Martins. Quickly back to Udall right side. One-timer deflected up and out of play.
It was a solid toe drag by Udall as he makes his way into the zone, makes a man miss, gets the shot on net, and then it's Eruzione there to feed him right away in that right circle. And Udall had the second opportunity. It deflects up into the netting, and the Seahawks still have 49 seconds on the power play.
Sennett to Matt Dillon. Back to Sennett, walks it in. Left side, Sullivan with a shot. Save made by Martins. Sennett back to Sullivan. Waiting again, shooting, and it's saved by Martins.
The Seahawks really trying to utilize some cross-ice passing there on that shift as Sullivan was set up just outside the circle, trying to get some shots in on Martins, but he's able to hold on.
12:42 to go in the third. 31 seconds to go on the power play for Salve. Budasov wins the draw cleanly. Udall leaves it for Sullivan. Snapped all the way around the boards. George Sennett peels it off the far side boards. Gets the return pass from Dillon. Top of the circle right side. Sennett once again drops it down deep. Udall runs into the official. Snaps it up top to the point. Dillon throws it on the cage wide. Budasov trying to jam it home. And it goes through the crease and out the other side. Dillon out high, snaps it on the goal, tipped in front, Lucid dribbling towards the cage, and Martins covers it up with 2 seconds left on the power play.
Yeah, Dillon had the strong wrist shot from the blue line, and Budasov was trying to poke it through the legs of Martins. And they have a little bit of a word after the face-off, after the whistle. As the Seahawks will change some personnel and have 2 seconds to go on the power play.
England will take the draw. Drops it back to Renda. Snaps it cross ice for a one-timer. Tipped wide by Philbrick. Holt holding it at center. Philbrick plays it into the slot. England rips it free. Hawks do a good job to deflect that into the corner. Wheatley on the far side, turns it over. Tim Sweeney peels it off the boards. England trying to get to it left side. Wants to play it in deep. Turned over. Philbrick in the slot with a wrist shot wide of the glove. Off the end glass. Out to center. Here comes Luke James. Meade has it knocked away by Holt. Touch to England. Sweeney patiently now through center. He'll just scoop it end over end into the zone and come to the bench for a change. Seahawks with the 2-0 lead. Ticking towards the midpoint of the third period. Turned over to Borshev. Plays it back in front. Left along. Connor Layton trying to get to the forehand. Pulled down from behind. Just pulling away is Meade. As if like, wait, nope, I didn't commit a penalty. The officials didn't see one either. And this will deflect back up the ice by Sanchez. And they will call icing as Sullivan beat him to the spot.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Andrew, Meade was really trying to pull away. And the little appeal to the referee paid off.
Some confusion here on the draw, and Borshev will be sent out. Layton will come in to take it. Puck deflected into the left wing side. Hawks with possession, trailing by 2. Wild will carry over the blue line left side, look to snap it on the goal, save made by St. Jean. Puck hops in behind the net. Seahawks now look to break back the other way. Cross-ice pass taken by Rink over the blue line. Rink leaves it in the slot, taken by Tahan. Turned over to the Seahawks, Walensky. Back for Matt Dillon. Pivots back in deep, hands off to Walensky. Chip for Ruzioni. Seahawks going the wrong way here. Audette with the steal, trying to throw it into the slot. Bounce towards the net. Wild, again trying to play it on the backhand. Seahawks very careless with the puck on this shift. Wilson. Wild up the boards near side. Puck finally comes free. Banked out to center and Audette. For Becker. Gets it to Tahan. Wilson can't enter it into the zone. Dillon knifes it away from him. Hawks will have to reset from their own zone. Ruzioni chasing the puck for Salve. Wheatley up to the blue line. In stride now, Trey McMillan. Left side, wanted to cut to the middle. Lost the puck, Walensky. Comes flying in and grabs it for Salve. Now pivots back behind the net. Walensky tripped up and draws a penalty. Sennett skates into open space. Seahawks want to get the extra attacker out there. They do, and it's Udall. Holt finds Udall. Extra attacker on with 9:04 to go. Udall zigzagging his way through center ice. Udall over the line. Udall down the middle. Upended in the slot. Played it back in front, and it's deflected wide. Finally touched up by the Hawks. We'll see if we have another penalty here as well.
Yeah, it was Udall making the net drive, opening up a great chance for the Seahawks. And it appears just one going to the box for the Hawks. This is McMillan returning to the box. He already had an appearance earlier on in the evening, but that penalty is going to go for a trip against Walensky, who's circling the zone, and force McMillan to come in with the stick and trip him up. So here we go again, the Seahawks back on the power play.
Lippo will take the draw for Salve. Trying to get some extra insurance. Carangelo quickly off the draw, throws it towards the net. That one trickled 5-hole. And then Cordarolo on the spot, able to keep that one out.
That puck was sitting without any movement in the blue paint. And I think it took at least a second or two before either team noticed where the puck was. Martens had the look of he didn't really have it. And nobody knew that it was sitting behind him the whole time. But good on the Hawks to clear the puck in the far corner, reset, and force the face-off.
Lippo will take the draw here for Salve, right wing side. 8:37 to go in the third, 1:46 to go on the power play. Hawks win the draw. Garcia scales it off the glass. It's going to bounce all the way down the ice. St. Jean will come out to keep it away from Audette. Swings it to the near corner. Renda turns it over. Audette lost an edge out at the blue line. Walensky will carry over the line right side. Ruzioni touched out to Renda. Carangelo now in the high slot. Waiting. Plays it to Ruzioni. He'll chase it down in the corner. Move it all the way up top to Renda. Snapped across to Carangelo. Left wing circle. Playing it out in front. Rebound shot fired wide. Hops off the official, so it stays in.
I think the net might be off its moorings.
And that is the case.
Yeah, it was that cross-ice pass that forced Martins to really shift in his crease, and I think he just bumped into the net.
2-0 Salve. 7:59 to go in the third. A power play goal and a shorthanded goal. The two tallies for the Seahawks. They win the draw. Up top, Dillon. Across, Sullivan with a wrist shot into the glove. And they score! That one snapped past. Took a minute for the back judge to signal goal. Martins froze like he had it. That one, a rocket, maybe right through the glove of Martins. Frankie Sullivan lights the lamp, and it's 3-0 with 7:52 to play.
Yeah, definitely a strange reaction to the goal from both teams. As you mentioned, Martins looked like he had it, and Budusov, at least from our vantage point, kind of screened us from even knowing it was in the net. But either way, the Seahawks just get the wrist shot on net, find the back of the net, and for the second time tonight, they convert on the power play to make it a 3-0 game.
Well, we knew special teams was going to be a factor. We talked about the Seahawks wanting to limit their penalties. 3 special teams goals, 2 power play goals for Salve, and their 6th shorthanded goal of the season. And they give Budusov the goal, so I wonder if he tipped that one in as it went past. That was the initial ruling. It was definitely Sullivan that generated that opportunity. This one rolling towards the cage, picked off. Well, if it's Budusov's goal, that's his 4th of the season. If it's Sullivan's, it's just his 2nd. Well, now desperation for the Hawks. 3-0 with 7 minutes to play. And here comes an odd man break. Rink trying to center it. Holt has it skip away from him into the corner. Cordarolo backhands it, but not out. He'll have to chase it in deep once again. Rink trying to knife it away from him. Top of the right wing circle. Mead has to spin back and go D-to-D once again. Cordarolo near side. Snap cross ice. Stolen by Borshev with a drive and a save made by Martins.
Yeah, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast that Budusov is playing defense tonight. And that can be good and bad. And on that power play is a good thing, because essentially you have 4 forwards out on the ice for the power play. It works out for the Seahawks there, as for the moment, Budusov is credited with that insurance goal.
Puck hops by him here at the blue line. He races back, angles it away from a Hawk. And Grant Rink now weaving his way up the far side. Rink upended along the far boards. Borshev cutting in left side, throws it towards the net. That's wide. Frankie Sullivan trying to return the favor right back to James Perry. Here comes Garcia left side. Garcia snaps it cross ice. Antonelli, top of the circle, throws it on the net. It's tipped and wide. Kept alive by the Hawks. Atkins tied up with Layton. Those two going at it away from the puck. The puck, by happenstance, comes near them now. The official right on the spot as this puck now is pinned against the boards. And finally we get a whistle. 5:38 to go in the third. 3-0. And Ryan, if you're head coach Mike Young, at what point, if it stays 3-0, do you pull Grant Martins?
Well, I'm not really sure on that one. I mean, generally when you're down more than 1 goal and going to pull the goalie, you generally want to do it around the minute 30, 2-minute mark. That's at least in my opinion, but when you're down 3, you got to at least wait until you're on a power play and maybe even try to have a 6-on-4 opportunity.
Puck in the corner, thrown towards the net. St. Jean just shrugs that one away and it deflects high and up on a play. 5:26 to go in the third. Hawks with the offensive zone draw. Puck thrown towards the cage again. St. Jean just swats it away. Dillon trying to fight his way free up the far side. Clears it out to center. In stride now for Walensky. Trying to turn the corner right side. Snaps on the goal. Off the glass. Back to center ice. Carangelo. To Dillon. Dropped on back to Renda. Matt Dillon trying to thread the needle. Carangelo at center. Aruzioni carries it over the line. Shuffles the backhand. Behind the net to Hahn. And Aruzioni tied up with Trey McMillan. The two of them locked up. We'll see if they both go. You can hear the officials say to knock it off, and there might be another player engaged in it. Let's see what we get here. There's definitely something after the whistle. Aruzioni heading to the box. And Corangelo going as well.
It's going to be 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes.
Well, you talked about it, Ryan. 4:47 to go, down 3-0. From your lips to God's ears, the Hawks get a power play. A 5-on-3 one at that, so we're going to skate 6-on-3 with 4:47 to go.
And I was just looking up the statistic. The goalie has been pulled 6 times this year for the Hawks, a total of just over 5.5 minutes. They've only given up 2 goals in that span, so you got to like the odds of the Hawks as long as they play this very carefully. The only flip side of the coin is the Seahawks have 3 shots from 200 feet away without risk of icing. It's Garcia up top, feeds it to the far circle. That's Wild, who hands it back to Garcia.
Garcia waiting, plays it left side. Wild to Sanchez, up top to Garcia, fakes the drive, now snaps it on the goal, and flashing the glove is St. Jean.
Quick hands there by St. Jean, as that was a hard shot from just outside the slot by Garcia.
4:25 to go in the third, 99 seconds left on the 5-on-3, 6-on-3 really. 6 attackers here for Becker. Seahawks win the draw. Renda skips one off the boards and back out. Net still empty. Here comes Garcia with speed over the line. Hands off to James. Spinning against the far wall. James works his way out high. Across to the left side. Wild. Out to the point, Garcia. Waiting. Back to Wild. Fanned on the one-timer. James grabs it down deep. Seahawks can't get to the puck to try and feed it on the open net. Across to Sanchez. Out high to Garcia. Wristed on the goal. Save made by St. Jean, and he sprawls out to cover it up.
Yeah, it looked like it was a second effort save there by St. Jean as he kind of retreated into his net, but he's able to hold the line and force the face-off as the Hawks are going to change things up personnel-wise.
3:49 to go in the third. 1:03 left on the 6-on-3. Tahan at the point. Audette in the circle right side. Snaps it in front looking for a tip. It ricochets into the corner left side. McMillan up top to Tahan. Big blast, and it goes off the end glass. Ricocheting around, back out top to Tahan. Snapped it on the goal, wide left side. McMillan grabs the rebound. 36 seconds to go on the power play. Tahan in deep. Wilson wide left side. McMillan straight away. Waiting. Tahan back to McMillan. Snaps it on the goal off a Hawk and deflected back out. That was Kilchewski. 19 seconds of 6-on-3. Right side. One-timer from Audette. Skips wide and is going to get back out to center ice.
And the Seahawk penalty killers have been out there a while. That'll be enough to get them to the bench.
Here comes Audette. Snaps it on the goal. Pad save made by St. Jean. Rebound flies in behind the net. Scramble for the rebound now. Puck hopped out through the slot. Udall gloves it down. Net still empty for the Hawks as we're back to even strength. Extra attacker on though for Becker. Puck played back deep into their zone with 2:33 to go. Seahawks trying to pick it out from the corner. Dillon, left side. McMillan from the corner. He quickly moves the puck to Tahan. Saucers it up to Audette. He touches it into the zone. Garcia make this Sanchez sprinting in with Matt Dillon. As we tick towards 2 minutes to play here in the third. Audette shuffles it up top to Tahan. Tahan snaps it on the goal and it flutters off a tip wide. We have a whistle and the net off its moorings. 2 minutes even to go here in the third period. Seahawks leading 3-0. Impressive here tonight on the penalty kill, killing off a 6-on-3 with the extra attacker.
Yeah, and at this point, if you're the Hawks, you just got to leave the goalie at the bench. You've already pulled him. 2 minutes remaining. You had your chance with the 6-on-3. Couldn't make it work, and I think it's Zach Klon who's about to call a timeout to talk it over and maybe give his team a little bit of a breather.
We'll take the timeout as well. 2 minutes even to go. Seahawks leading 3-0. We'll be right back. Net empty for the Hawks. Aruzioni flies it down the ice, and it just misses the pipe. Icing with 1:52 to play. Nate Pizzelli and Ryan Costa bringing you the call here this evening. Seahawks trying to win their second straight and sweep the season series from the Hawks. 1:52 separating the Seahawks from that. Net empty for Becker, as it has been since about the 4-minute mark. Sennett with the open net, flicks it high in the air, and that one swatted out of the air, and they score! Oh my goodness! You will not see something like that every day.
No, absolutely. Definitely not your ordinary empty net goal, as that puck was looming up there. He thought for a second it might hit the rafters, as it have a low roof here, and usually those high pucks in the air will hit some iron in the air. Instead, it just flutters right down into the net, and that should seal the deal here tonight.
It ends up being a goal for George Sennett, even though it basically deflected in off of Zach Potenza, but the eephus pitch from Sennett scores on the open net. Valiant effort here tonight from Becker. They're going to drop their 6th straight. This has been a hard-fought game. Just hope for no funny business here in the final minutes.
It looks as though things have cooled down a little bit, but coming into tonight, the Hawks had 14% conversion rate on the power play, and they're going to look back at the multiple chances that they had with the man advantage, and I believe it's at least over 10 chances they had on the power play. They just couldn't convert.
St. Jean makes a save and then takes a couple of whacks after the fact, and with his left hand he throws down. I think that's Garcia in front. Not only not converting on the power play, but then giving up the shorthanded goal as well. If the 4-0 score stands, that won't go down as the game-winning goal. Renda's will, but an important goal just to kind of turn the tide and give the Seahawks some breathing room to operate.
Absolutely. Anytime you score on the shorthand, that's automatically a shift in momentum, and the Seahawks really never look back since.
Antonelli wrists it in. St. Jean moves it into the corner. Parks trying to dig it out. Puck hops into the slot. Layton steers it to the far boards. Out to center. Here comes Borshev with speed. Borshev into the middle, wrists it on the net, and a save made by Martins. Back in the net now, with it being a 4-0 score. Final minute, third period. Borshev dancing, plays it with a backhand towards the net. Wrists it around, Parks from the blue line, touches it in deep to Borshev. Spinning it out to the point. Parks with a drive, looking for a tip from Layton, who came out of the corner. Hawks angle the puck out to center. And Matt Dillon snaps it up the ice right towards the goal, and this will be icing with 30.2 to go. Offensive zone draw for Becker. 30 seconds to go in this one. Dillon. Now Layton chips it out to center. Clock rolling, 20 seconds to go. Rink intercepts. Borshev will take a skate through his own zone, chip it out to center. Final 10. Philbrick sprinting into the zone left side. Left it in the circle. Hawks with it with 2, with 1, and that'll do it. For the third period, the Seahawks shorthanded, banged up. They come in and take care of business here tonight against the Hawks. A great effort from Becker. We talked about them being thoroughly outscored in their last 5, trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. This game was tight, Ryan, into the second period. But the Seahawks, once they found that extra gear, this is just a grinded out kind of game and a solid win.
Yeah, absolutely. A physical game, and the Seahawks really just took momentum after the short-handed goal. And as you mentioned, a great bounce-back game by Becker after last night. Now they have to come on the road into the Abbey, and they put up a very good performance. Meanwhile, for St. Jean, he puts up another shutout on the year. And overall, just a solid game for Salve Regina at home as they look to build on that going further into conference play.
Seahawks improved to 12-6-1, 8-3-1 in the CCC. Becker falls to 5-14-0, 2-10 in conference play. Next up for the Seahawks, they'll head back to Beverly, Mass to face Endicott. The Seahawks have never lost in the Gulls building. They'll hope to continue that trend next weekend, and then they'll be back home on the 8th, a week from today, to face the Gulls. Another big Commonwealth Coast Conference tilt that will be. I'd like to thank our entire staff and production crew. Chris Ryan helping to provide live statistics along with Angelo Domina. Logan Marsh has been your producer. Matt Tiplady has been our camera person here this evening. Special thanks to Ryan Costa for providing color commentary. And thank you all for joining and listening with us here tonight. Once again, your final, Salve Regina 4, Becker nothing. I'm Ada Pizzelli. Have a good night, everyone.